What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jobbers and Goons, and this has been a wild news cycle, hasn't it? I just dropped the Rooster Teeth slash Death Battle update, which hopefully Death Battle is able to break off and survive. Although some of the tweets have looked real dire. Uh, Jake Paul's fighting old man Mike Tyson, which is crazy because Tyson's going to be 60 soon. And then, easily the worst of all, Akira Toriyama has passed away. And I'm probably going to title this, like, Our Childhood Just Died, something like that, because honestly, that's what it is. And this is an interesting topic for me to talk about because I feel like a lot of people have a disconnect when it comes to my content. A lot of people like I hate Goku or Dragon Ball or even Toriyama himself, when that's not remotely true. The only frustration I've ever really shown is with fan bases. It's with fans, the people I interact with. I never had the honor of talking to a legend like Toriyama, and if I did, I'd have the utmost respect for him. As you guys have seen over the last year or so, I've been taking the time to reach out and interview a lot of the most prominent comic writers and current comic writers out there. And in doing so, I feel like I've come to really appreciate the creator themselves, writers and authors, what they go through, what they experience with the fans, what they experience in their creative process. It's given me a lot of joy and a lot of understanding for their lives. And it honestly made it a lot harder to receive this news because regardless of how you feel about Dragon Ball, regardless how you feel about the works of Toriyama, he's an absolute icon, an absolute legend. And, I don't always get personal on here, especially talking about myself. But if you guys don't know, both sides of my family are Irish, Native American. And on the Irish side, we kind of celebrate. And we celebrate when we lose people because you want to cherish their memory. You want to love them for what they were. You don't want to be sad in their memory. And I feel that way about Toriyama. Some of the greatest channel moments I've had, for better or worse, have been surrounded by Toriyama-related content. Some of my funniest interactions have been due to Goku type shit. Some of my worst interactions have also come from Dragon Ball, but that's neither here nor there. I think my favorite story I have relating to Dragon Ball actually does come from my childhood. So when I was young and I would go visit my real dad for as little time that was, it was in a rough area, rough neighborhood, rough crowd. And while everyone was doing crazy shit, the kids in the neighborhood, we would kind of gather around in one house, one room, and we would watch Dragon Ball. And people would typically bring in a VHS tape, pop it in, and let us watch. Now, I had to watch a lot of Dragon Ball without context, without knowing what's going on, because again, it's visitation type shit. So I didn't really know a lot about it, And I remember one time I was sitting there watching a Gohan scene, and Gohan was dope to me because he was a lot different than Goku. He wasn't just there to throw hands, get stronger, all that. He had a very much humane side to him. He was trying to fuck bitches, get money, get a job, stuff like that. It's just a different mindset. And I really appreciated the freshness of that. And I've said it before, but I would have loved for Gohan to have been the main character and really get more prominence in the series. But I digress. Now, I was sitting there, and I don't remember what adult it was. It was just someone in the neighborhood, and they're high as a bitch. And I didn't, obviously, as a child, I didn't know they were turned up to the max and just experiencing Dragon Ball in a different way than I was. And obviously, I didn't understand how stupid they were. But I do now. And that's what makes the story so funny. But I'm sitting there, I'm watching it. I'm probably 3-4 years old. And the guy goes, yo, what's the dopest part about Gohan and the Saiyans? I was like, what's up? And he goes, when Gohan takes his glasses off, he gets way stronger. I was like, what the fuck? That's so cool. That's such a random superpower to me. I was like, oh shit, you take your glasses off, you get stronger. So when I used to fight and get into schoolyard fights and stuff, I would take my glasses off. I thought I was Gohan with it. I was like, I'm gonna get stronger. I'm gonna take these glasses and fuck you up. And that was kind of like my own personal motivation. I come to realize several years later, especially getting into the scaling side and the lore, obviously it's not fucking true that Saiyans take off their glasses and get stronger. He's taking his glasses off because he's about to get active. That has nothing to do with getting stronger. But the fact that I lived with that idea of Gohan for so many years is fucking hilarious. And my favorite aspect of Dragon Ball is the names. It's not even close. Like this man Toriyama, God bless him, rest in peace. He was able to just name his characters whatever the fuck he wanted. There was no creativity, there was no root words being combined from different languages to make a fancy name with a in-depth meaning. He was fucking naming them Frieza, Cooler. He's naming them after veggies. Kiwi. My boy Kiwi, that's my dog. I'll never get to know if he was really stronger than Vegeta. I guess we'll never find out. But whatever. They're just characters named after items or food. And the series is so iconic. The series was so fun that people didn't give a fuck. They still rock with it. Frieza's still stupidly popular. And I think that's amazing. That's a testament to how fun his story was, how engaging it was, that we just look past some of things like that and just don't give a shit because it's lit. And I think that's the best memory I have of Toriyama's work is love him or hate him. It was fun. It never took itself too serious. Yes, it had serious moments in Dragon Ball, but it's more so meant for you to plug in and enjoy. And I think we lose a lot of that appreciation for fiction. Fiction is oftentimes meant for us to step away from the real world, enjoy ourselves, and have some time to ourselves and escape reality. It provides that layer of escapism. And Dragon Ball, perhaps, is one of the greatest series in fiction for that escapism. I can go watch a space monkey get active in the streets for no reason. Some pink Joey type guy showed up and wants to blow his shit up. Like, those were the kind of afternoons you could have just randomly tuning into Dragon Ball. This shit was so inspirational and so lit. Especially if you guys don't know, I lived in Texas for a long time. And Mexican and Latino culture? Oh my god. I think they used to get Dragon Ball early too in Mexico. So literally living near that, I would get like the Mexican or Spanish versions of Dragon Ball type shit. And they rode for that. Matter of fact, there's a crazy story about Japan having to send a cease and desist to the Mexican government because they were having live watch parties in like public areas for Jiren versus Goku. It was fucking lit. So just seeing the global impact, no matter how much you loved it, no matter how big of a series, how great of a series Dragon Ball is to you, you can't deny what it did for the world. You can't deny what it did for the culture. People trying to go Super Saiyan in real life. People willing to ruin your life over your opinion of Goku. Love it or hate it. That's the definition of impactful. That's the definition of inspirational. Goku and Dragon Ball would go on to inspire plenty of other stories, plenty of other your favorite mangas and anime. So I just wanted to get up here and celebrate the great works of Akira Toriyama. Even though I may not always be seen as a lover of Dragon Ball, a huge supporter of Dragon Ball, it played a huge part of my fucking childhood. Like, I could never take that away from Dragon Ball. It's on Tournament of Power Arc, everyone was locked in. We were all watching to see what would happen. And to bless the world with such amazing moments that brought us together, no matter your culture, if you knew Dragon Ball, you knew Dragon Ball. Like, we had something to talk about. That's incredible. That's something rare and that's something special. And I want to thank Akira Toriyama and his memory for what he's done for the culture. And I hope I can one day have even percentage of that kind of impact on the culture. God bless and rest in peace to one of the greatest to ever do it. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're a fan of fiction, if you love for your topics, because obviously this has sadness to it, definitely check out my channel. We're on the road to 30K. We just crossed 26,000 subscribers. This was a crazy loss for the community. A lot of us are still processing it, and my time talking to authors and writers recently really brought me newfound appreciation for creators, and not many can say they made the type of impact Toriyama did. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. It's been your boy Jobbers and Goons, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.